Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. So we'll, I guess, figure out. Dave, you going to call them now and see what the deal
Yep,
is?
I'll
Okay.
call them and text y'all back, and then I'll call you, Junior, text you, and we'll figure out when you want to head that way. I
All right.
pretty much got everything packed. All I got to do is put the kayak in the truck.
I'm the same way. Yeah, I pretty well got everything done. It's about ready to go, but I'll start that right now. All the getting ready. All
Ten
right.
four. We'll see you, John.
All right. See you guys. Thanks. Well, this trip almost didn't happen. What you saw there was a Zoom call that happened Friday morning at 10 a.m., about 2 hours before we were supposed to leave. We were kind of last minute putting the trip together. It really didn't come up till about midweek. Thursday, Dave and I had a place picked out. We knew we wanted to do some primitive camping. We were going to hammock camp and then paddle and fish. And we had a place picked out on Thursday. Found out Friday morning they were closed, so we were scrambling to try to find a place. And we knew John was going to go with us, so we all got on our Zoom call. John said, "Hey, I've been at Monte Sano State Park. That's a good place to camp. They have primitive camping. We can do that." We knew the Flint River was nearby. Dave had fished there recently. I've done several trips there. So we said, all right, let's just camp at Monte Sano. The next day we'll get up and go and paddle up the Flint River. However, we wanted to do a section of the Flint that I had not done before. We did Little Cove Road to 431, technically Hayes Nature Preserve. It's almost US 431. But we hadn't done that, didn't have a lot of information on that stretch. I knew some people had done it, but there's not an outfitter that runs that stretch, so it's not guaranteed to be open like most other stretches are. It was kind of a gamble. We didn't know really what we were going to get into, but it was a great trip. We had a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it, and let's get started. Now, we knew it was going to be cold that night. The low, I think, was 29, and so we stayed out to almost dark. And we got our boats loaded up, and so we went on back to camp. It was about dark basically when we were setting up. We had headlamps, so it wasn't that big a deal. But by the time we got everything set up and it's cooling off, and John and his family got there, and so we just kind of sit down and got the fire going and just started kind of talking and catching up. And we realized we didn't really get a lot of footage of our camps. We didn't get any footage of our hammocks. Now, John originally had planned to camp and paddle with us. Then later, when he decided to bring his whole family in their RV, he still said he would camp with us, so he did. So props to John for sleeping in a hammock on a 29-degree night when he had a nice toasty RV within eyesight. But we had a good time. We didn't have any pictures of our hammock strung up. I got a picture of just mine right after I set it up, and you could tell it was dark, and I had it lit up with my truck lights. But I don't know, we weren't really thinking about it. Maybe it was the cold, maybe we were just kind of tired. Everything about this trip was rushed and last minute. We didn't have a whole lot of planning. We just threw it together, it just barely happened. But it ended up being an absolutely awesome trip. Join along as we get on the Flint River at Little Cove Road and head down to Hayes Nature Preserve. Hope you enjoy. Hey y'all, this is Dan with the Southern Paddler Channel. Today we are on the Flint River in Huntsville, Alabama. It's about 11:30. We put in at Little Cove Road and we're going down to Highway 431. I've not done this stretch before. I've seen online where some people have. Couldn't get a good idea of the mileage. I'm thinking it's going to be around 6 or so miles, but one guy did say he did it in about 4 hours, so it'll probably take us a little longer. My brother fishing, but yeah, we're just gonna do this stretch. It's new to both of us, so it'll be kind of nice checking out some new territory and just enjoying the sun and this beautiful day. Well, we're about an hour in. Hadn't gotten real far. Alabama floats. Still thinks he's going to catch fish. He's not likely to give up. I'll just have to tell him at some point, hey, I think we need to move it. But we got a little time. The issue is that I don't have an exact mileage on this trip. You know, if I knew how many miles it was, I'd have a pretty good idea of how long it'd take us, because I know about the kind of miles I can cover, but that's contingent upon wind and current and other things. But still, a mileage would help. All I've got is a guy named Michael Bass here in Huntsville, and I've seen several of his videos. He did this several years ago, like 4 or 5 maybe. He said it took him 4 hours to do this. I think it was summertime, and you know, not sure. The flow can vary depending on rain and other stuff, but anyway, 4 hours from when we started, which was 11:30, would be 3:30, and that's, you know, it'll still be light at 5. We really need to be off the water by probably 4:30 just to be safe. But anyway, we'll fortunately, you know, we are in cell coverage here, and I can check it on my phone, and so I can check our position, compare that to the time, and we'll know if we have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Anyway, it's beautiful right now. Sun's out, it's warm. Even took the old toboggan off and getting warm in my thick hoodie. Feels good. Putting the brakes on. What's up, kid? Okay. All right, I'm just gonna float down a little bit and see what we got. Okay. All right, we'll see. Well, Alabama floats. Just caught him a bass. Then threw in the same place again. Another one broke him off. So he's probably not gonna leave for a while. So I'm gonna float on down and scout out the river ahead.
Hey, there's a rock or stump or something right here. Watch out for that.